Shalom. All praises, glory, and honor is due to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Hakodash. Double salutations, double honors to the apostles, elders, bishops, and teachers of Great Millstone, and the like-minded men who may not be directly part of Great Millstone, but following the same doctrine, 144% truth. From Apostle Dahar and down, those are the true leaders of Yasharallah, which is the nation of Israel today, the true Israelites of the so-called Negroes, so-called Latinos, and so-called Native Americans, and those that are scattered amongst the other nations that look like the other nations. Salutations to the elect, Akim, Aquafium, and Bunyam, and Bayaf Dawada, that's men, women, and sons, children of the house of David, the tabernacle of David, which will, the elect, is otherwise known, which will be saved in these last days to come. Again, like I usually always start, true name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh, not Jehovah, not God. His true name is Yahweh, meaning He is, He exists, E2B in the Paleo Hebrew. Yah meaning He, Hawa means exist or to be, okay? The true name of His only begotten Son, our Lord, our Savior, is Yahweh Shai, meaning He saves, He delivers, and Yahweh Shai will return to deliver and save His elect at the appointed time, which is soon, soon, soon. As the prophecies are popping off the page, prophecies such as the MOTB, which is clearly on the table. MOTB is, you find it in Revelation 13, chapter 16, 17th verse, down to the 18th. He calls up all, both small and great, rich or poor, to receive a mark, which is the charagma, a physical mark in the right hand or in the forehead, maybe in the left hand in some cases, but you know, it is a physical mark that will be introduced and will be made mandatory throughout the whole globe, before the destruction of Babylon the Great, okay, which is America, also known as Nineveh, also known as Sodom and Egypt, that will be destroyed along with the land of Israel, which will be built back up, but America will not be built back up because it is a sacrifice, okay, of the Yahweh Shai. I can read that in Isaiah 34th chapter, called Hello Yahweh Shai, 144. So yeah, lost train of thought, but yeah, so prophecies are popping off. You know, you've got wars, rumors of wars. You've got, you know, you can, for example, Ukraine, Russia. It can go into the people's. Lord's will, I'll end up with a few articles of what's going on in the state of the world right now. Whole, you know, it's being made plain upon tables. Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter. The Lord's visiting this world. You know, measured out the time diligently in itself. 2nd Edges, 9th chapter. Matthew 24th chapter, 6th, 7th, and 8th verse. Okay. You know, wars, rumors of wars, famines, pestilence, and diverse earthquakes in diverse places. I'm paraphrasing because part of this is of the prophecies all happening simultaneously and growing incrementally, growing as each day goes by. Yeah, right. There's basically part of Esau Edom, which is the so-called white man being brought down. You know, being brought down, and part of that is Esau being made bare. So I'm going to read Jeremiah 49. As you can see, it's queued up here. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbors, and he is not. Go to this word bare. Be exposed to be shown, you know. So let's go into it though. Hashab. Give me 1 second. Hashab. Yeah, Hashab. Okay, Hashab. Strip off, lay bare, make bare, draw out. Be exposed, basically, to uncover, to discover, you know, translate Strong's H2834 in the following manner: to make bare, to discover, uncover. So what's being discovered is Esau's wickedness upon the earth. Yeah, because no longer the enchantments are no longer working. You know, stand now with our enchantments, witchcrafts. That's Isaiah 47th chapter. Yeah, those enchantments are no longer working. Yahweh Shema Shai is making him bear, and eventually Esau Edom will be not, as in Obadiah 1 and 18, Isaiah 47. So there was at one point in time where Esau Edom, which is the so-called white man, the Caucasians, you know, white was first developed in 1681 in Virginia. Yeah, definition of. There was a time that they could say anything and the whole world would stand in awe and believe everything that was said by them. Yeah, but since the you know, advent of since the late 60s, they've been brought down. Yeah, Abba being on the scene. Yeah, which, you know, bring the sons back to the fathers. From the apostles and their teachers before them. Yeah, Yahweh Shema Shai is shown who the wicked are, of who rules this world. Job 9 and 24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. You know, it covers the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? There is a wicked people, okay, that Yahweh Shema Shai has determined that they are to be the last rulers of this time before righteousness is established by Yahweh Shai. Now, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it, that followeth. 2 Ezra 6 and 9. Okay, but their enchantments and their witchcrafts aren't working no more, and their left-hand power has been slowly taken away by Yahweh Shai. Okay, stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast laboured from thy youth, because this is what they've been doing for centuries since they've come out of the Caucasus Mountains. You know, since the Renaissance, they've been deceiving the whole world, putting that veil over, which was obviously of Yahweh Shema Shai, you know, but they've been given that power. But now you can see, little by little, their power has been taken away by Yahweh Shema Shai. Yeah. If so be thou shalt be able to to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail, but they're not going to prevail. Yeah, no matter what they do, whether thou art worried in the multitude of thy councils. You know, the WEF, that's at Davos. Every year they go there. The Bilderberg groups, all these other so-called secret societies that plot wickedness. Okay, they're worried in them because what they're seeing is that the devices aren't working as they used to work. You know, they're being exposed on all different levels. You know, that's why they're getting sloppy. This is why they're just coming out with things thick and fast and don't care whether or not and people realize that it's them behind it all. Okay, the wicked elites, you know, led by Amalek. Okay, which are the so-called small hats. Yeah, and the families. Okay, if you don't know who they are, look it up. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators, you know, the witches, stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. Yeah. Right. But they're not going to be saved. Even Babylon the Great is not going to be saved. Not going to be healed. None of their enchantments are going to work anymore. Yeah. And part of that is because their own tongues shall fall upon themselves. So this is the video I'm going to go into. The videos, who the wicked are, have been done many, many times. Yeah, you go to Malachi, the first chapter, third and fourth verse. Esau Edom is the border of wickedness. Various other scriptures, okay? So we're not going to go there. We're not going to get sidetracked, you know, not sidetracked, but, you know, we're not going to go over that again because that point's been labored. If you don't know who the wicked are, yeah, then, which is a certain people, the Edomites. And Edomites you get chocolate covered Edomites too, okay? Yeah. So it's not a color thing, it is a lineage thing, okay? Right, I'm going to get straight to the point here. Psalm 64 and I'm going to start at 5, but I'm going to jump down to 8. After start at 4 because it's all good, but I'm going to jump down to 8. That goes into the secret councils, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. Start at 1 and then jump down to 8. To the chief musician, a psalm of David, hear my voice, O power. In my prayer, preserve my life from fear of the enemies, because the Israelites do have enemies. Psalms 83 goes into that. And if you don't know who your enemies are, then, take a look around, basically. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. Yeah. Insurrection goes into that word. Let's go into that word. It means they want to secretly plot to take over. Psalms 2 goes into that. The Lord's laughing at them. Company throng. Oh, company insurrection. From tumultuous crowd, company insurrection. That's annoying. A tumult. Why do the heathen rage? Who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. There's not just physical weapons, it's legislation. It's sitting in these meetings, finding and decreeing unrighteous decrees, laws. Psalms 94 and 20 goes into that. Frame mischief by a law. Isaiah 10 goes into that, prescribed laws. That they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. Because their plans have been going on for centuries, decades, and now we're coming to the culmination of it. And the culmination of it will be, again, I'm going to say, that we've been taught by the apostles, we should believe, and I've believed anyway, through the scriptures, through faith. The MOTB is their cherry on the cake, put it that way, yeah? MOTB, which is a physical mark. It is not sleeping with white women. It is not an embargo on nations. It is a sin, but it's not sin itself, okay? All right, yeah? It's none of those, right? It's a physical mark that will be introduced to the world as a form of a transactional tool. Yeah, something like your credit card, your debit card, something like your digital ID wallet or your wallet, your identification. It'll be your overall arching identification tool, your transactional tool that they will introduce to the world when the economies have crashed, and then they'll come out of a solution that everybody will partake in, except for the elect. Point blank period. Okay. They search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thoughts of every one of them, and their heart is deep, because these things they've planned and plotted and tried and tested. Yeah, for instance, the C-19 thing, that was a test to see who would defy, who would comply after a certain time. But the prophets from Apostle Tahar and down said, do not. They made it clear what it was. Yeah, the prophets did. Yeah, and those who heard through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yashai, made it through that test, through faith. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, call hello Yahweh Shem Yashai for that. Right, but Most High shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly they be wounded, and that's what's going to happen. So this is the point I really wanted to make. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. And part of them making their own tongue fall upon themselves is a thing called whistleblowers. And whistleblowers are people who, within certain industries, that see wrongdoing in industries and tell on the company or tell on the organization, to the so-called authorities to highlight the inconsistencies or the wrongdoing or the trouble that these people are planning and plotting. Okay, so I'm going to put this video on. This is a video, it's old video from 2017, but this man was exposed the overall plot of the so-called wicked elite, and he was unalived because of it as well after. But yeah, so it's a video I seen last week, but somebody actually sent me the full video, so I'm going to play it. You know, Lord's will, it'll get through. And yeah, it's an old video, like I said, 2017, but it's an example of their own tongues falling upon themselves, an example of their wickedness, an example of the fact that their plans aren't working anymore, just an example of the fact who Esau Edom is, the wicked rulers of this world. Here we go.
They start to spot you. Like, hey, here's a bright guy. He's always knowing his way, like hustling here, hustling there, playing with the rules. And then they start to invite you more and more for higher assignments. Then you start to work for banks, independent. You're doing the dirty work for central banks, for multinationals, for governments, for what they call now terrorist organizations, and all secret services. Hey, secret services? Yes. And then on top, like the peach or the fruit of the cake, churches. Wow, you get the whole palette where the money floats, the big money. And you get the invitation to join in these circles to move all the money they want to move worldwide, to start wars, to start all the misery in this planet. Because there is nearly no misery on this planet in a natural way. It's most of them is created. Because they keep the system running, because it's a dualistic system. They make the money only because when it's dualistic. And if we have all the sheeps, this energy containers they use only to suck, if they are asleep, fine, you can do whatever you want. This is also the mentality of the elite. Well, they are not elite. They are not elite. People I worked for in the end of the days, you're talking roughly about 8,500 people on this world who run the show. And they are like who I was, completely afraid, nearly dead, filling up the holes daily, never enough, surfing the monster of greed, the monster of more. There comes Lucifer in the end. Because we are talking here about interdimensional things. This 8,500 became my friends because it was really coming home.
So we get the point there, yeah. But we know Yahweh Shai is in control of everything. We prove that, okay? Isaiah 45:7. Keep it simple here. Yeah, even Satan is the son of the Most High on the left-hand side. You can read that in Job. But I'm going to get that as well, just to prove that point. Yeah, and Lucifer just means light bearer. Right now, they bear the light on the left-hand side, but Yahweh Shai will return to extinguish that light and prevail and show the true light. Okay, when he returns and take them out. Isaiah 45:7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. Give me one more to prove the point again. Amos 3:7. 6, sorry, Salakia. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city and the Lord have not done it? Yahweh SIMEON Shai controls everything. Yeah, quickly get this. 2. Again, so this is I'm quickly hitting these points just to prove certain points. Yahweh SIMEON Shai is in control of everything, including Satan on the left hand side. Okay, this is Job, the 2nd chapter, 1st verse. Again, There was a day when the sons of the Most High, it says the sons of power, the sons of God, I read it verbatim, came to present themselves before the Lord, Yahweh, yeah? And Satan came also among them to present himself before the Lord. You see? That's it. That's plain and simple. You know, he came to present himself before Yahweh. Yeah. Okay. And the Lord Yahweh said unto Satan, whence comest thou? And Satan answered the Lord Yahweh and said, from going to and fro in the earth and from walking up and down in it. Okay, so that shows 2 points. I point with 3 scriptures. One, Yahweh is in control of everything, including Satan, that we just proved in Job, the 2nd chapter. Okay, right, and by definition, the wicked work for Satan on the left-hand side. The wicked is Esau, Edom. Let me prove that again. Malachi, the 1st chapter. We'll start at the 2nd verse, meeting these points. I have loved you, saith the Lord Yahweh, yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord Yahweh, yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. And this will happen again. Esau is still hated, you know, right? By Yahweh, he's got, perpetual indignation against them. Yeah. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness and the people against whom the Lord Yahweh have indignation forever. All right, and this is reiterated in Romans the 9th chapter 13th verse. And now we see who the wicked are. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked, Job 9:24. And they are being exposed because it is that time. Right. I'm going to hit the points here, because I kind of labeled the point here. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first. That happened in 70 AD when Yasharallah and Jerusalem was taken over by the Romans after the siege and taken over between 66 and 70 AD. Okay, and the Israelites scattered. About 1 million went into Africa. Some went into Europe. Some went into Asia. But, so that was the falling away. That the man and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. This is where we are now. He's being revealed. Okay, being exposed. Jeremiah 49:10. Who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called the Most High, because he thinks that he's got all this power, this technological power, and it makes him more powerful than Yahweh, Bashim Yashai. But they're gonna have the remote remote control knocked out of their hand at the appointed time by Yahweh Shai on his return. Or that is worshipped, so that he, as the Most High, sitteth in the temple of power, showing himself that he is power. We're going to get to the point in a minute, Lord's will. Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things, and now ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time, and this wicked is being revealed by Yahweh Bashim Yashai and the prophets that he sent, Apostle Tahar and down, and like-minded men, Apostle Gabal, the apostles, the elders, the bishops. They've been laboring for decades, okay? Yeah. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Because it was working in that time, with the First Roman Empire, which fell, And then the Renaissance eventually brought about the beast, which is the Second Roman Empire, which is we're in this beast system now, which is NATO and the EU, led by the US, the whole that rides the beast. Okay, that little horn that came out of the fourth. But anyway, with the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. See how Basham Yashai has allowed them to, just like Pharaoh, I think it's Romans 9 and 17, to do what they need to do to fulfill their part in prophecy, point blank period. And that will be fulfilled when they mandate that MOTB. Yeah, and then they will be destroyed by Yahushua on his return. Yeah, weapons of our warfare are not carnal, vengeance is the Lord's. Okay, wait ye upon me, saith the Lord. Zephaniah, one of my favorite chapters 3 and 8. Okay, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord, Yahushua, shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. Yahushua for his prophets. There's prophets doing that. Okay, the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth the prophets, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. So the Lord's prophets are on the highways and byways now, rendering sentencing for these nations, for specifically Amalek, specifically the bankers, specifically the elite in the nations. We saw Edom, and Yahushua will return to destroy them, and take them and put them in chains. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. Revelation 2 and 26 comes to mind to prove that. 2 into mind. The words are written in red. So, and these, and Revelation 2 and 26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works, that's the elect, will happen unto the end. So the wacky-tacky Christians can say they're saved or what? You're not at all, because the end is not here yet. We're in the end, but when Yahushua returns, that will be the time he saves his elect. To him will I give power over the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I have received of my Father. And that goes into Psalms 110. All right, just to quote scripture off my mind. Okay, bear with me a second. I'm going to end it with that because scriptures are coming to my mind. I kind of labored the point. Psalm of David. The Lord said unto my Lord, sit thou at my right hand until I make thine enemies thy footstool. The Lord is in all caps there, so that's Yahweh. The lowercase, which is the uppercase L, with the lowercase L-O-R-D, which is Yahushai. Yahushai was Solomon in his previous lives, and also Isaac went off as Solomon, So, so that just goes into regeneration, reincarnation. It's another topic. That's the point, basically. Until I make thine enemies thy footstool. With that, Lord's will is edifying. It's just to give another example of Esau, Edom exposing themselves through the spirit of Yahweh Shemashah on the left hand side. Yahweh Shemashah is exposing them on all levels, right and left. Bam, 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 left. So with that, I'm going to say, Lord's will, this was edifying. I know it was all over the, but I didn't really have any scriptures written down, and the scriptures are coming to my mind with the spirit. Lord's will, it was edifying to the elect. Shalom.